today we get the chance to talk with Guy Daigle, who is the bass player for this fantastic up-and-coming hard rock band called Akadia. Guy, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Guy Daigle. I am the bassist for Akadia out of New Orleans. We are up-and-coming alternative rock band that's trying to make our ways and make our way. And, I personally am the one who has been pretty much managing the backbone of the band, do everything behind the scenes, getting us towards the goals that we're trying to reach, which I'm sure we're going to talk about here shortly. So, that's me in a short nutshell.
Awesome, Guy. Thank you. Last week was huge for you and Akadia. That your newest single, Turn Away, dropped. The video premiered. Turn Away was also picked up by Clear Channel to play across the U.S., and your new website opened. How exciting has the last week been for you?
Let me tell you, last week was such a surreal experience. It was almost like it wasn't real. We had waited so long for months for this song. We had it in our back pocket for a long time, and we couldn't wait to get it out to everyone because, we love it, and we're hoping everybody else does. But we filmed the video, I don't know, it was probably back in February. And with a few edits here and there, we finally got it right, and we had to hold on to it for three months or so just before we could release it. We wanted to release everything at the same time. We knew that the song was going to be released on the radio on the 29th of June, so we decided to release it all at once. And as a band, we were so thrilled. It was almost like waiting for Christmas, starting on Halloween. So it was one of them experiences that we ended up having a show on Friday at the Twist of Lime in Metairie, which is a small club here in the New Orleans area that all the bands play. Everybody plays at that place, and we were able to follow up the release of the song, the video, the website with the show, and share with our fans that are here close to us. So it was very, 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 very exciting for each and every person in the band. We were all giddy, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Yeah, to have all of that drop all at once. I can't even imagine the excitement.
Yeah, now we're waiting to see how it's doing, because there isn't any Clear Channel stations where we're at. So we're waiting to find out reports on how it's doing across the United States. I can keep up with the video, which is on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel, Akadia. So if you can go subscribe to that, go do that and check out what we got going on. So I can keep up what's going on with that, but the rest of it, I'm kind of just playing the waiting game to get the reports back.
Okay. And it, kind of looping in with that, with the writing it and recording it a couple months ago and not being able to release it, how did you know that Turn Away was ready to be released? How do you know when one of your songs is done? Well,
there is a big music engineer up in Nashville who's worked with a lot of big names. He actually took the song after we were done with it. His name's Mark Frigo. And we have some friends in the industry who helped us along the way. He took it and actually put his finishing touch on it. And we knew once he did it and he said it was ready that, it was ready to go, because he has songs that are in the top 10 Billboard charts all the time. So that's how we knew. We had one of the greats up there in Nashville help us out. So
okay. And what inspired you to write Turn Away, and kind of where did the ideas for the video come from?
Well, Turn Away was inspired by our vocalist. He is the one that pretty much wrote the foundation of the song. And that came from an individual that was causing problems in his life and his girlfriend's life. This particular person just wouldn't leave him alone. Wouldn't, in more words or less, he was just causing problems. So it inspired him to write this song, because most great songs come from some kind of experience in your life. So that's where the initial song came from. And when we presented it to Chad Singleton of Astro Clown Productions, who shot the video for us, and told him what the song was about, the video is his take on how to make it relate to people in everyday life. Going through a tough time and tough relationships is definitely something that we've all experienced. I don't really know anybody who hasn't. Coming up and growing up from a young age, just learning how to deal with life and learning how to deal with things. We all take it differently, and some of us let our emotions get involved, and we're not really, how do I say it, we don't know how to deal with it. So we actually take out our, frustrations on other people. And unfortunately, there's victims involved with that who's actually the other person in a relationship. So that's where the video comes from, basically taking and getting out of a bad situation that is not healthy for you and not healthy for your family. And in the video itself, the girl has a daughter that's being subject to the abuse that's going on in the home. So it's about removing yourself from that situation and being strong enough to turn away from what you're involved with and what you're putting yourself and your child through.
That's brilliant. And yeah, for any of our listeners who haven't seen the video or haven't listened to the single, you seriously have to do it. They're brilliant. It's well filmed. The song is beautiful. It's fantastic. I'm really, really super excited that y'all were able to release that.
Thank you, Robin. I mean, that means a lot. It really does.
And probably some of our listeners are going to realize that you've got that gorgeous New Orleans accent going on. So how does it feel? New Orleans is this amazing hotbed of music and culture and food. How does it feel to be part of that, to be so immersed in that culture in New Orleans?
I can tell you, and I can speak for everyone that's a part of Akadia, we love New Orleans. We love every aspect of it. Just my wife and I will take off once every couple months, go down early on a Sunday morning and just walk around the city and enjoy the different things that come, the smells of the amazing food. Of course, we'll eat there twice while we're there. We'll catch a brunch and then, a dinner. But there's so much food and culture and architecture and different things of when the French first came here, and you can just see, back in the 1800s, 1700s, buildings that were built, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. I don't know how they were able to pull off what they did back then, but we love it. We absolutely love it. And to talk about the food, it's awesome, but it can also be a curse, because, people like me, I have a slow metabolism and I struggle with the keeping the weight off. And when you have such delicious food that can be presented to you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I mean, it's crazy. You can go somewhere and get you crawfish and mushroom omelet and, for breakfast, and then move on and have you a piece of boudin, which, I'm not sure anybody knows what that is, but around here we know what it is. It's basically like a sausage. It's almost like a sausage link, but not really. It's kind of filled with some kind of rice. I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest with you, but it's amazing. It's amazing. And, then you have the gumbos and the etouffees and, the white sauces. And it's ridiculous. Jambalaya and, it's delicious, it's great, there's so much you can just come and see and do in this city, and the music scene is crazy. Jazz and blues players, you can walk into any place off in the French Quarter at any time of the day and find somebody playing some kind of music, whether it be blues, jazz, rock, whatever it is. And these musicians are phenomenal. Like, they're amazing. The talent that's in this city, I cannot believe it,
So kind of going along with that, if you could jam with anybody, that we're talking about the amazing music scene there in New Orleans, if you could jam with anybody, alive or dead, who would it be?
Well, for me, being the metalhead and coming up and Pantera being such an inspiration of my youth, I would have to say the Abbott Brothers. I would love to play with those two guys. That's Vinnie Paul and Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. Fortunate that Vinnie lost his life last week, I think it was. It's touched the music community for sure. And I would have said them regardless of, his passing. Just those two guys have inspired me in so many ways. And I would love to be up close and actually see them play, much less play with them. It would be great. So that's mine.
Okay. Is there like one of the Pantera songs you wish you could have written with them? Or is there some other song out there that you wish you could have been a part of writing?
Oh, let's see. If I had to be a part of a song, I would love to have been in the room or a part of writing Stairway to Heaven. I just think that song from Led Zeppelin is such a well-written song. I love the progression in it. I love the playing in it. So, unfortunately, it's not a Pantera song, but, I got to go back to the roots of rock and roll and say Stairway to Heaven.
And is there any particular part of it that just totally hooked you into it? Was it the bass line, the guitar, the percussion, the lyrics?
I would have to say the very beginning of that song, that guitar riff that comes in. Before I started playing bass, I played guitar, and that was one of the things I tried learning. I wasn't very good at guitar, so I never did get it. But that guitar riff, and then as Robert Plant comes in with his vocals, is where it caught me, and I couldn't stop listening. And once the song came in as a full, I was hooked. So I would have to say that guitar riff and the vocals on top of it, right there at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, awesome. And you mentioned that before you started playing bass, you had played guitar. What would you be doing if you'd never picked up the guitar or the bass? What would you be doing if you weren't in the music industry?
I probably would have pursued football. I'm a avid football fan. Of course, New Orleans Saints is, I have season tickets. I'm a huge fan of the New Orleans Saints. And I played football coming up all the way through high school. And I chose rock and roll over it. So if it wouldn't have been that, it would have probably been pursuing a football career some kind of way. It might not have made it far, but I would have definitely pursued that for sure, as much as far as I could have took it. So that was my big thing as a child coming up. I always told my parents I was going to be a football. I was going to play football. That was before I even started playing the guitar. So that's probably what it would have been.
What position would you have played?
Linebacker. I loved playing that position, linebacker. So if I had a choice, it probably would have been that.
Okay. But being a football player, you do most of your workouts in the daytime. Being a musician, when do you prefer to work? Are you a morning person, evening person? Do you stay up in the middle of the night to get songs written and recorded? I own an electrical contracting business, so I'm used to being up early and working all day. But as far as music, I know when we go into the studio, I prefer to get there
at 9 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes the engineers and everything don't really want to be there at that time. So I'm usually sitting around waiting so the magic don't start happening until the afternoon. But I would say, right afternoon, right after lunch, have lunch, and then work as long as you can work through the night until you're absolutely tired of it. So that's when I think the magic happens, right there, right after lunch. And, you get in, you're fresh, it's nice and sunny outside, and you work through, and you see that your progression by the time 10, 11 o'clock comes for the day,
Okay. So it's basically then your entire afternoon.
Pretty much, yeah.
When you yourself then get to the studio early, are you working to try to almost perfect those songs before anybody else gets in?
No. Me personally, I work on just getting my mind right, getting mentality right. Just a quiet place that I can sit and just meditate for a while, and just focus on what's about to come, and just trying to get mentally focused more, because I know that we've worked as a band so hard to get these songs to where we want them perfectly, that at that point, for me, it's becoming mentally ready to actually put it down on tape.
Okay. And is that kind of the same thing you do the day of a concert? Is it that you sit down yourself and just completely psych yourself up to know that tonight's show is going to be the most incredible show that you've played up to this point?
That's absolutely right. Luckily, being the owner of the company that I work for, I'm able to, at a certain point, cut off work for the day. The guys that work for me understand that, and I usually just go sit in my room for a few hours and just get mentally ready. I may turn on the TV. Usually don't. I usually just sit there and make a few posts on Facebook and Instagram, and then just chill out and just relax and get ready for the day. Get ready for the night. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's if I don't do that, I notice that my particular show and feeling during the show isn't the same as if I'm just going all day, just nonstop work all the way to getting ready, getting set up, and then getting on stage. I really need that downtime ahead of time.
Okay. Kind of staying in that same vein, when you're on tour, at each city, is there some sort of kind of recurring theme of places you like to visit?
Well, us as a band, we haven't been able to tour yet. We're hoping that changes here real soon with having our song released nationally, and we kind of been staying close to home, if that makes sense. We may go over to Texas, we may go over to Mississippi, we may go over to Alabama. We're usually coming right back, and we don't really make any time for that. It's really just get over there and get in the room and the downtime, and then get ready to go to the show. So we haven't really got to experience that yet, which, it's looking like it's going to happen soon. We're being approached by a lot of entertainment companies and stuff that are looking to put us on tours. But we're kind of just holding off till we gain a little more ground, and we want to see what incarceration does for us as well.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up, is July 14th. Akadia is playing on stage at Incarceration up in Mansfield, Ohio. What are you most looking forward to at that show?
Well, I would have to say being on the other side, because in the beginning, and, as a band and as people in the band, we're all fans first. We were all fans of the music. We all went to concerts. We all enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it from the other side of the stage. So I can tell you, each and every person in this band is looking forward to being on the other side, seeing the behind the scenes, being in front of we're expecting 8 to 10,000 people to be able to play and, introduce Akadia to being on the other side, experiencing the production and the management that goes on behind the scenes and all of that kind of stuff is what we're really looking forward to. And I don't think it's going to hurt to have the catering and the and the free drinks and stuff like that back there, and air conditioned tents and a place to sit down and get out of the sun. So we're looking forward to that part too.
And with some of the other bands playing, is there any particular band that's going to be there that you really want to see?
Yes. We're playing on Saturday. This is a three-day festival, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday's lineup, there's a few bands that I want to see. It's the day that we play, Bush plays, and, I plan on definitely seeing that for sure, because they were one that inspired me as a young child as well, But on Sunday, I would have to say that it's a hellacious lineup. Hatebreed is one of my favorite bands. Seven Dust is another favorite band. Black Label Society, Corrosion of Conformity, which they're singers from down here in New Orleans as well. So I would have to say those guys. If I'm missing anybody, I can't think of them because those are the ones that are sticking out in my mind. I cannot wait to see.
And so I'm assuming you're also seriously looking forward to maybe even getting to hang out with the guys backstage.
Yeah. We're probably going to be like little high school girls back there, But it's we're all going to try to remain professional, that's for sure. But we are definitely looking forward to, just mingling with these people as if it's just another day at Walmart or whatever. It's just we're looking forward to it. We really are. It's an experience that none of us have ever had, and we hope it's the beginning of quite a few experiences. But for now, to have great inspirations that we've been inspired by over the years, that Seven Dust myself I've seen over 20 times. Every time I can see them, I go see them. And the fact that I'm gonna, just be able to walk up to them and say hello, without any craziness is definitely exciting, definitely.
Okay. And we know you've got a few shows between now and incarceration. What's on your schedule to do afterwards? Are you going to keep touring or work on keep touring? Are you writing a new album? Are you going back into the studio? What's your plan?
Well, our plan is we do have a show this Saturday at the Varsity in Baton Rouge, and then we take off and we head off to Ohio. After that, we come back and we have a little break, and then on the 28th of July, we're playing the Howlin' Wolf here with a few other local bands. And then after that, I plan on pursuing the momentum that we get from incarceration, pursuing possible tours, and seeing what we could have offered to us. I do know that Turn Away at that time will be in rotation for a while, so we're hoping to see the ground that it takes. And we have another song called Break These Chains that we're just dying to release. It's probably going to be this fall sometime that we're going to release that song. It's another one that's getting a lot of hype from behind the scenes. So and then after that, we do plan on starting to pursue writing the next album. We've already started writing it a little bit, but as far as when we're recording it and when it's actually going to be put down, it has not been made yet. But we're hoping to have that, I would say, by October, November, having better ideas of when that's going to happen. Okay,
great. And I know we're going to wind up being so looking forward to another new album from you guys. Guys, is there anything else you want our audience to know about you or about Akadia?
Well, yeah, I'd like, to go ahead and just introduce my band. Our lead singer is Keith Anselmo. He is definitely a great vocalist, great showman, great great songwriter. He's done a lot for the band. He came into the band a little over a year ago. We had been a band together for about 3 years, and things wasn't working out with the previous singer, so we asked him to come to a show and check it out, and he was immediately hooked. So, we have him. He's our newest addition. And then we have Nathan Laurent, which is our rhythm guitar player. He's another fabulous writer. He comes up with some amazing guitar riffs, which, we can't wait to share with you guys as well. The album that we just put out has 6 songs on it, and he was the core writer of most of it as far as the guitar riffs go. Our other guitar player is Ryan Duke. He is our lead guitar player, and kind of laid-back guy, but fabulous guitar writer as well. He plays very well. He's an inspiration to me as well, and my playing and my writing. And then we have our drummer, Jonathan Laurent, who likes to go by Johnny Tunes. He is our guitar player, Nathan's brother, so we have 2 brothers in the band, and with having the chemistry of 2 brothers who've been playing together all their lives, and I've been playing with those 2 guys off and on for 25 years or so. So, the chemistry that we bring together is great. So, I just want everybody to know the names of the guys in the band. If you get a chance to meet them, definitely everybody's approachable. Just say hello. We love our fans.
Which is really great, because so many bands sometimes don't really want much to do with their fans, and the openness that you have to all of your fans, and the fact that you personally run all of your social media, and that you do respond.
I do.
And how does that feel, getting to have that intimate of contact with your fans?
Well, just last night, I had a guy with a weird name. I think his name was Vitor or something, hit me up on social media, just to say hello. And he was actually from Brazil, and we got to talking back and forth for about 2 hours. It seemed like a really nice guy. He can't wait to come and visit the States. He loves Akadia. He loves the band. He loves what we're doing. He can't wait to hear more, and just talking with him, finding out, how he is in life, and, what his aspirations in life are, and stuff like that. Just, it makes it personable with somebody that I've never met, but who's a fan of the band. And, I feel like I could make a friend forever, if I ever go to Brazil, because he's from Brazil, I would definitely look him up and say, hey, man, come hang out with us, come hang out with us. Maybe, if it allows, come, hang out backstage and, sit right here. And, so, I mean, it's definitely so much more personable to get to know the people. I know we played with a lot of bands. We've played with, we're fixing to play with Save and Able for the 2nd time. We've played with Saliva. We've played with Puddle of Mud, Trivium. The list goes on and on, Fozzy. And most, I can't say that any of them have ever responded to me when I hit them up. I hit them up just to thank them for allowing us to play with them. Just to, say, hey, it was a great honor, blah, blah, blah. And I never get any kind of responses. And that's one thing that I'm going to strive. I'm sure as, comes in the future, there'll be so much come, but I'm always going to do what I can to respond somewhere, some kind of way, just to whoever is interested, because, that's somebody taking time out of their life to pursue you and, want to talk and know about you. I mean, how can you not be, honored about that? I mean, that's a great feeling, right? I mean, I get a great feeling when I get somebody to hit me up and, want to say hi, and, it's great,
Yeah, so. Yeah, absolutely. And just to remind our listeners, all of Akadia's social media, and it is spelled Akadia.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And everything is Akadia official. So our Instagram is Akadia Official, or Twitter, Facebook, even our website is AkadiaOfficial.com. So, yeah, I mean, if you hit us up, we'll make it a point to hit you back. That's for sure.
And we appreciate that so much. And I know you're probably getting ready to do a whole bunch more stuff with the rest of your day. So, Guy, I just want to thank you again for taking a bunch of time out of your busy day to talk to us.
Absolutely.
And we know you're getting ready to head up there to Mansfield for incarceration. So I am going to wish you raucous crowds, smooth set, and amazing shows from here on out. And if you do get the tours going and come further west, if you ever want to hit Colorado, I would be more than happy to kind of extend the invitation back to you. We'll take you out. We'll show you a good time here in Denver.
Nice. That sounds like a plan. I always wanted to go to Denver, so I'm down. So yeah, we'll definitely do that. And I'll even shoot you a text. How the Incarceration Festival went. So pictures and all kinds of stuff. Because we're going to take lots of those. So we'll definitely keep you up to date, Robin. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Guy, and have a wonderful afternoon, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Without a doubt, we're always open to it.
Now turn away.